Hello everyone, Regnilla here, and I am back with another episode of Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. Last time we did some very basic starting off stuff, just getting familiar with some of the looks and feels of the game. And now today we are going to be doing another gathering quest. It is going to be the Anteka in the snow, but before we get started, we got a couple of people that wish to speak to us. So this lady right here is peddling felines. You know, those little adorable creatures that in later games really help you out by drawing all the enemy fire. And if you played the original Monster Hunter games before this one, chronologically, then you might remember them as the felines that go in and really ruin your day when you're trying to go after a monster. So this lady allows you to hire them. And so there's two types of felines. You got the felines that will cook for you, and you got the felines that will fight for you. And so let's see. Oh God, Hanzo, really? Oh man. I think I'm just obligated to pick that. If you are an Overwatch player, then you know exactly what that is. And so this lady will kind of alternate in between the types of felines, depending on what quests you finish. And so you can always go back to her and hire more and more felines. However, there is a cap limit to it, so just keep that in mind, because dismissing a feline is one of the saddest things. Like, it hits you right in the feels, so you don't want to dismiss them. So choose carefully so you don't have to dismiss any felines. Unless you're a heartless bastard, then go ahead and get rid of them. Just kick them to the curb like the monster you are. Okay, now we got this guy right here, and he is in charge of the farm. We haven't been to the farm yet, and it is just a place where we can get all sorts of resources. But it's also a good place to visit right now, as a matter of fact, because there's some types of gathering areas that you might not be familiar with. But if you talk to him again, you could trade up your farming points to renovate the farm. And so don't really have much of anything to work with. And speaking of which, before I go any further, just want you guys to know that I fixed my little name issue in the last episode. Like, it was, my name was massive over my character. It was massive on the HUD. And so I decided to redo the account, and I'm basically at the same point as before. So nothing's really changed, aside from the fact that I did confirm that choosing not a beginner allows you to skip the hunter training. Okay, so this is the farm, and it's pretty barren right now because we don't have anything in it. Like, over here would be where your mushrooms would go. We would be able to get to more fields to plant, you know, whatever we want. And yeah, so real quick, let's just go over these things. So, like I mentioned, this is the field. This is the only one where you actually have to talk to the feline starting out in order to do anything with it. So if I go over here, and okay, I'll just deposit a paint berry and just leave it in the soil. And after we're done with the quest, we can go back and we can get some more items from whatever this is. Okay. Now over here we have a mining node. Now you need a pickaxe in order to mine. But if you have a pickaxe and you find an odd crack in the wall like this, then just go ahead and press your triangle button, and you will get all sorts of ore. Now you do have a limit every time you come to the farm, so it's between 3 and 4 mines per visit. So yeah. Up next we have, well, it's a bug bush. Now in the game, or in proper quests, these things, they don't really look like bushes. Instead, if you look very, very closely, you'll see kind of what looks like fireflies. Those fireflies in quests are the bug catching nodes. In order to catch bugs, you need a bug net. And the only reason why I'm able to use a bug net and pickaxe, even though I don't actually have any, is because the felines are generous enough to provide them for you. Alright, in this cave right here, it's absolutely nothing right now, so we don't need to worry about that until much later in the game. And there's one last thing. There's a fishing node. So this is the only one that actually takes some sort of ability in order to get fish. And so just wait for your line, and when the lure goes down, you press X. Ooh, spring night carp. Don't see those very often. But that's the basics of the farm. And yeah, so let's get into the actual quest, because I'm dying to do quests. In fact, I didn't even think about going onto the farm until literally 5 seconds before I hit the record button. Oops. Alright, the quest that we're going to be doing is an Anteka in the snow. This is a very, very simple quest. There is nothing to it. So let's just depart on our merry way and hunt some deer, basically. And naturally, we can't find our way around this place for the life of us without a freaking map. Now, the Anteka can be found in Area 2. That's the only place we need to be at, is just Area 2. This entire quest is very, very simple, and let's see, according to the quest info, we need 3 antlers. And in the last episode, I mentioned that there is a heavy reliance on RNG when it comes to get items. And this will be like the best example of RNG. So these little guys, they're docile, but as soon as you start attacking them, they will retaliate. So be careful, because it'd be very embarrassing to die to these guys. Okay, I got very lucky there. So there's one pair of antlers. You can also get pelt from these guys, which can be used to make some very low level armor. Alright, there's number 2. Oh, that's 2 antlers. Oh man, is the I'm gonna freaking push my luck here, but can I go for 3? That is the question. Alright, survey says. Oh, there is 3. Okay, yeah, that doesn't happen. Usually I get pelts left and right. In fact, when I was doing the testing, there was I had to do kill 8 of them, and half of them were antlers, and the other half were pelts. So I'm gonna speed up here real quick. Just get to the base camp a little bit faster. And see, that's all there is to it. It's that simple. And so in the next episode, we are going to actually hunt a couple monsters, and we're going to start off with Gaia Prey. Because if you're following along here, you might have encountered them, and you might have had some difficulty. Unless, well, you're used to this series, then you know they're no problem to you at all. But we're going to go over them in the next episode. Anyways, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, people.